Using the piano roll is a great way to create melodies if you don't have access to a MIDI keyboard. You can then use the pen and pencil tools to draw in notes and play them back as if it's being recorded. Let's have a look at how we can do this now. First of all, I'm going to draw in notes using the pencil tool, which you can find by selecting and clicking on up here in the piano roll. And I'm going to use the chord and scale of C major in order to draw in some demo notes. First of all, I'm going to click on this Snap to Grid button and select Step, so I make sure that the snap setting is what I want, and I can then left click and draw to create a basic pattern. And then if we click on the play button up here in the transport section, we can play that back and listen to the MIDI pattern that we've created. Sometimes you'll want to be able to edit note properties such as the velocity. This is useful for changing the loudness of a particular note and for creating interest within the melody itself. Editing velocity is a great way of creating the perception of depth within a melody. Let's take a look at how to do this. You can do this one of two ways. You can either double click on the note and then change the velocity slider or knob here, or you can go down to this window here, which is the event editor, and then click and drag in order to change the velocity of the particular note that you are editing. Clicking and dragging will then change the velocity of all these notes like so. And if we exaggerate these differences, you can then hear the changes that we have made when playing the MIDI pattern back. As you can hear, the volume of those individual notes has now changed. When using FL Studio default plugins, you can also use the slide and portamento features. Although they don't work for third-party plugins, it can be a great way of quickly creating interesting slides between notes when using FL Studio plugins. Let's have a look at how this feature works. To use the slide tool, we simply go up to the top left-hand corner here and select the slide tool. By zooming in by using the control button, it is then important to then draw in a note that overlaps a previous note that you've already got. This will then create a sliding effect between your first note and your slide note. Let's play it back and see what that sounds like. If we then change the velocity, you can then hear this effect much more dramatically. This is a very great way of quickly creating interest within your melodies. Other features, such as changing the velocities of notes, also create interest. So make sure to use these features as it will make your instruments sound more expressive and sophisticated. Always use them whenever possible.